Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm here joined by Dyne. Dyne, how's it going, man?
Great, man. How are you?
Good, good. So, you took second place at the Virginia Regionals, correct?
That's right. Yep.
All right, so he's going to go through his deck list with us and he's just going to show us what he played. But before that, we just want to ask you a few questions. So, starting with, how was the overall event for you? How was that?
It was amazing. It was a great time. It was actually my first Union Arena regional I've been to. I used to play competitive Pokemon before Union Arena.
Oh,
I've been,
nice.
yeah, and then I played Union Arena, but I never had any accomplishments like this in Pokemon. This is my first, second place actually. Um, but I've been playing Union Arena since it came out, but I didn't do any of the first season regionals. But this was my first UA regional actually.
Nice. Same,
Yeah.
same. We kind of like missed off on the first season. Got a lot
Yeah.
of life stuff going on, and then like now we kind of just jumped into it. So tell me what made you choose Saito for the event?
Honestly, consistency. I think that it is by far one of the most consistent decks in the format. There's no crazy combo you're trying to get to happen. You are just trying to play your Saito with snipe and profit. You know.
Right, right. It is a
Um,
very powerful deck, honestly.
yeah, yeah.
So what
I've
was
been saying since the beginning, honestly, that I personally believe this to be better than Red Kenshin. I
that
mean,
is
it does
interesting. What
kind of
make
50-50s with it a little bit, but it can take the win pretty often.
I feel
I
like in
consider,
most instances people feel like Saito overpowers Kenshin.
yeah, for sure, for sure. It definitely has a good matchup into Kenshin, but I also just think it has a good matchup into more things. And what determines which deck is better than which than that. I think that Saito has a very good matchup into a lot of different decks. Because it essentially has 8 removals with the snipe and the impact.
Mm-hmm.
And it also gets that body on the field. I mean, snipe is a ridiculous mechanic, really,
It
especially
is.
since almost everything with snipe also has impact.
Yeah, we spoke about this I think in the car ride in Virginia.
Oh,
We
I bet,
said we,
yeah,
we said the snipe mechanic is just a unique one because
it really
there's no
is.
way to be unaffected by it. There's no way like nothing
Mhm.
like even if you get a Kenshin that's fully protected from everything, it can still get sniped. So
I think Bandai's starting to realize that, and they're printing cards like the Seichi Samurai
hmm
from the Kagurabashi set, which prevents snipe on Iori.
correct,
Um,
correct. Yeah, yeah,
So maybe they're getting smart to that a little bit, but it really has helped me a lot, especially when people play the 2-cost Karu for Red Kenshin,
yeah.
and they give protection. I don't have to discard a card if I'm sniping you. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Um, but it's also just I consider the hard counter to Red Kenshin to be Mustang, in my opinion, because if Kenshin can't get Mustang off the field, it's just gonna keep doing it. Um,
Absolutely, I completely agree.
I feel similar with Saito because if they can't take the snipe Saito off the field, I mean, yeah, I can't snipe again unless you rewind it, of course, with the 2-cost Saito. But it's just going to keep having impact every turn if they can't, you
Yeah,
know, do something about that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what do you think your hardest matchup was in the tournament?
Honestly, it was Milwoo. I versed 2 of them. It was my only loss. Was in the final round. Was the winner Nick? But my other Milwoo game that I had. Shout out to that player. He was a great player. And it was a very very close match. Very close. I skin of my teeth, honestly. I really think Milwoo like 50-50s with this deck. Maybe slightly better. Maybe. But I do think it's pretty even. I definitely, like in another world, could have won that final match, but it was really a close game, and I couldn't tell you which deck is better between the two.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. I mean, so without further ado, let's get into it. Show us
Sure,
your
yeah.
list.
All right, we'll start with the zeros. And so Saito is unique deck in which it actually only runs 8 zeros. Um, of course, you run 4 of the 0 Saito and 4 zeros of Kenshin. Um, There's a few other options of 0 that you could kind of play around with, but those are the best. But the reason you only run 8 zeros is because the 2-cost Saito, this is really a fantastic card. It plays for 0 energy if you have no other character on the field. So it's a 0 basically. Um, Also, this is really one of the best cards in the deck because when attacking, which you can play it for 0 basically in the beginning of the game, and then it also is one of the best cards in the deck, honestly. Um, when attacking, it's a 2500. When attacking, you can pick up another character on your front line and give it plus 1500. So you can essentially make this guy a 4K. Uh, we'll come back to why that's so good, but just the fact that it's 4K can like win games, force a block, force a sideline on a block, things like that.
Mhm.
Um, Next, we'll go with the one cost. So you run the one cost search Saito. It's the only one cost in the deck. It's pretty self-explanatory. It searches the top 3, and you discard one from hand when you get a Saito or a Kenshin or a Sanosuke, but you don't really run Sanosuke anyway. I actually have a friend that runs a jank version of this, but he runs the Sanosuke that blows up a sight card. I almost played that because I figured I could blow up that red sight in red Ava. It would be pretty funny.
Oh yeah, detrimental
But
for sure.
but he's a good player. The guy I'm talking about, he has some good ideas. But anyway, I had a really good run with this Searcher Saito. One of my games I would have lost if the last of the 3 cards I searched was not the Snipe Saito. So that saved me once pretty well. All right, on to 2 costs. So besides the fake 0, there's one other 2 cost in the deck, which is just the Kenshin that when he's standing, he generates an extra energy. Um, you run 4 of those. All right, on to 3 costs. So this is, I mean, by far, I think this is my favorite card in the whole game. There's a few sets that have a generic like this. I can only think of Saito, and the Exotics Nikkei deck has a similar card, but very few franchises have this mechanic, which is it's a 3 cost, 2 energy generator. When you play it, you can push something up to the front line.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. That reminds me of
what?
the Red Ava one. They got a
Oh yeah,
Masato that pushes, yeah, and does the same
yeah,
thing.
that's right. It's insane because it's just so aggressive. Like your optimal hand in this deck is to start with the 2 cost Saito and the 1 cost Saito and the 2 cost Kenshin and then this 3 cost Saito, because you're going to play that 2 cost Saito for 0. You're going to play the Searcher and get something, and then the next, so going second, hopefully the next turn you're going to be able to play your 2 cost Kenshin, and now you got nothing in the front line because you needed those 2 energies back there. But then you play this 3 cost and you're going to move the 2 cost Saito up, and now you have an attacker also. You can block opposing red Kenshins. It's turn 2, you have this attacker, and it's like very safe to do because it didn't really mess up your energy line at all.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely my favorite card in the game. Other 3 cost, this generic Kenshin. It's a 3K 2 energy generator, but it did actually help me in one of my games. I pushed this guy up. Underrated card. You discard a card from hand, and it gains 1,000, so it becomes a 4K attacker.
Hmm.
One of my matchups, I just needed another 4K, to get through his wall, and it was the answer to it was the answer that I needed.
That's pretty cool.
Um, see, 4 costs. So we'll start with this Saito. This is the starter deck Saito. It's, you don't really use it that often. It's a 4K 4 cost generic. But when attacking, you can draw a card, and then he will not restand the next time he would. You almost never want to do this, but sometimes with the Saito that can pick him up, you can attack, draw the card, and then it doesn't matter if he restands or not because you can pick him up.
Very nice.
Then you run the 4 cost Kenshin. Um, I don't know why this card ends up in my hand like way more often than I actually need it, but it is a very good card. You do really need to run 4 of it, despite that. Because when you play it, it costs 2, comes out 2 AP rather, comes out active, and lets you play a Saito for free. 3 costs or less, by the way, so you can also play the Saito that pushes someone up, and now
Uh-huh.
now you have another body attacking. So again, just very aggressive play style, just trying to take as much life as early in the game as possible. And you're really not worried if your opponent gets a special as his first or second life, because like luckily, this deck is so aggressive that you're doing that so quick. They're killing your 2 cost. They're killing your 0. They're killing your 1. It's not a big deal.
Right.
Okay. Other 4 costs. Now we're just got raids left for 4 costs. Of course, you run 4 of the Searcher raid Saito. Nullify Impact, just necessity for every deck these days. Um, can't be blocked by 2k or less. That'll just kind of get you through, win the game sometimes. And what's really unique about this card is that it's a searcher that does not force you to discard. So you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and then you get like any Kenshin, Sanosuke, or Saito, obviously. Um, and just between the searching the top 5 and searching the top 3, you go through your deck so much that I've actually, usually when you bottom deck cards, you're never going to see them again.
Mm.
This deck, I have actually gone all the way around and seen the other side very rarely, but it happens.
That's nice.
Yeah, and then the last one, of course, the star of the show,
Yep.
the Snipe Saito.
The bread and butter.
Yeah, he attacks from the energy line, which is crazy because if you have a full board, that's a 5th attack. If
Mhm.
you have 2 of them that you rated in one turn, and you have a full board, that's 6 attacks that turn, and 2 of them have snipe impact. Pretty absurd. Um, this card would not be as good if it did not gain 1,000 the turn it was played. This was another reason I decided to go Saito. We're seeing like a 5k power creep right now in Union Arena. We see like with purple Kenshin, red Kenshin, sorry, not Kenshin, purple Ava, red Ava. You're seeing a lot of 5ks hitting the board all the time. And because of that, the 5k impact snipe is huge. You're killing that purple Shinji, which I was impressed got 3rd place even with the balance adjustments. But yeah, so you're taking care of those 5k attackers that you really have to get off the board. You can't let Shinji keep popping out new characters. And then you just run your standard 4 Bankais and 4 special triggers. You have a generic special trigger, kills a 5k if you have a Saito out.
Right. Self-explanatory.
Yeah, we have our hollow Saito APs.
Ooh, those are nice.
And that's the deck.
Yeah. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So, what were your matchups if you could remember them?
So let's see. First, I went up against Yellow Ava, and I was a little intimidated. I could tell the player I was versing really knew what he was doing, and lo and behold, he did place. He got top 8. I'm not sure what he got, but
Was it
um,
Jello Shots, the 5th place?
and I believe it was Terry. Maybe he
Oh,
didn't get
Terry.
top.
Yeah, Terry did top.
Yeah, he was
Terry
he
did
was a
top.
good player, and he was I could tell when I beat him, he's like, crap, I didn't expect to lose the first round. And then he won all his games after me, so we kind of just carried each other's resistances up to the top.
Yeah, we actually spoke to Terry. Terry said he was well, he actually, in case you don't know, he won the online regionals. He won both of them.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, he was I could tell he was a good player.
and he's been on Yellow Ava since the set dropped.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he definitely knows his stuff with that deck. He just didn't see what he needed to in our game, and I just so happened to see what I needed to.
Which is fair.
What else did I verse? I versed only 1 red Kenshin, surprisingly. I really high rolled that game, and I not much to say than that. He like average rolled and I high rolled, so it was just kind of over pretty quick.
Just done.
Yeah, but he did pretty well too. A lot of my matchups did very well, so I think that helped carry me too. To even losing a game, I still got second. I didn't get pushed further below second.
Right.
Um, Let me think. What else did I verse? Yeah, 2 Milwoos. So 8 rounds. Let's see. Yellow Ava, 2 Milwoos, a red Kenshin. Um, hmm. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Those were the ones that stuck out to me for sure. Oh, how could I forget? Red Chihiro. I fought a Red Chihiro player. He kind of had like a tough game because he saw a lot of his Chihiro raids. He saw the base cards too, but he had to hard play one of his Chihiro raids.
Mm,
But it was still a close game despite that. Like he didn't brick. It just wasn't his best game.
that's fair. That's fair.
Um,
Happens with
but
Kenshin too. You
yeah,
said
I could see that being kind of a 50-50 matchup because Snipe Saito is a 4K on their turn. Sorry, the turn after it's played, so their turn and forever ever after that. so Chihiro can kill him.
Yeah, just take care of
Honestly.
him. Yeah.
Try to. I think those are the only matchups I can remember off the top of my head. Those 5.
That's fair. That's fair. Any advice for anyone looking to play Saito that you would give them?
Yeah, do it. It's a great deck. I mean, it's like a budget deck that like all your friends that spent $20 per Spear of Gaius Shinji, or $20 per Milwoo, or $20 per Kenshin, you're gonna really piss them off because you're gonna spend like, I don't know, $60 to $80, and they're just gonna have a bad time.
That's fair. That's fair. And do you want to give any shout outs to anyone?
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to give some shout outs to my friends at Locals at Dragon Eye Gaming. We play every Thursday.
Nice.
And to my parents and my brother and my wife. And yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
definitely have them to thank. Had my father help drive me to the bus stop. My wife cheered me on. She played too. She played the other purple Kenshin. She played Shishio, and she got top 128.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. And that's been an interview with Dyne. Thank you so much for your time
Thank you.
and take care.
Have a good one.